Hello. Hi. Hi, everybody. It is September 10, 2025. Man, this is a hard country to live in. I'm sure most of you have heard the fabulous news, being very sarcastic. Charlie Kirk was murdered today, and he is dead. Even saying that out loud, it's like, okay. Charlie Kirk didn't agree with a lot. I was beginning to lose respect because of his undying support for a man who was incredibly evil. But I still had respect for him in voicing a lot of his views, especially about the woke crap, who weren't necessarily, fans or followed him. They know him. And he did have a tremendous amount of courage. I did not know he was 31 years old. 31 years old. 2 children, a wife. All right. I'm just going to go to Charlie. I found out, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes ago. And it's interesting because there was excitement on my block here in Arkansas. The police I saw from the window, they were, driving very slowly and then turning on my block. And that went on for like 15 minutes. And I'm like, I've seen the police drive down, but not so many different cars driving down the street. And I go outside, my neighbor, who is this is a duplex, and she's out there, and her friend was trying to come and visit her, and the cops were like all over. I hope I got this right, but she said that it kind of freaked her out that all of these cops were, coming at her. And then they're on bicycles. And so some guy, I don't know what happened, still don't know, but I don't think they found him, whatever the guy did. So then I come in. There was a shooting at a Colorado high school, and Charlie Kirk is dead. Okay. It's not the gun. The guns are not the problem. The problem is inside here, in the individuals. But I do have to wonder how many are just being programmed to create this kind of violence. Because I'm seeing things like, I'll show you, this woman in, I think, New York, a gated community. Well, I'll show it to you. It's like, and after this, the shooter who killed the kids at that Catholic school, and Trump says, something about taking away the guns of those transgender individuals, I thought, okay, this is the first step, right? Now, we've had a lot of steps along the way. And when you have a Second Amendment that says shall not be infringed, and it's been infringed a whole lot over the years, Trump He is a big red flag, kind of guy. So what is he going to do after Charlie? That is something that I think we're going to, don't be surprised. And I'm kind of, I think it's the violence of it, the gun, and Charlie Kirk. I feel like my stomach since has been very upset. That kind of stress in your stomach, and I usually call it agita or surus, but I just feel I have this visceral feeling in my stomach that it's just now is not the time to predict what Trump will do after this tragedy. Just stop. I think you need to face yourself in the mirror and figure out why you're so controlling. I just, God, what could his, can you imagine what his, I can't even imagine. He was a Christian. Yes. But he was a conservative. And don't be surprised to find out that it's some, I think we all can kind of speculate that it Democrat leanings, woke person. I don't know, but it is for sure a war between good and evil. And unfortunately, we see every single day evil winning. All right. I don't feel sick. I almost feel weak. Like I feel weak. Like it's so yet another, incident of looking at the kind of violence that we have in our country, the evil that is just running wild. I did hear that a suspect was picked up but then released. I do think it was political violence. So this was in Utah. Oh boy, I just feel, ugh. Well, I'm just gonna. People are saying on Twitter that the left has come out celebrating this. I haven't seen anything like that, and I'm really happy that I haven't.
This is a CBS News special report. I'm Maurice Dubois. The conservative political activist Charlie Kirk has died after being shot in the neck during an event at Utah Valley University earlier this afternoon. The 31-year-old was the CEO and the co-founder of Turning Point USA, a conservative organization. CBS News confirmed there had been threats against Kirk. A Utah Valley spokesperson says a suspect is not in custody. A motive is not known at this time. President Trump just posted on Truth Social the following: the great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us. Melania, and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. The statement there from President Trump as Charlie Kirk, we are told now, has died. Scott MacFarlane, our justice correspondent, with me now from Washington. Scott, when it comes to the investigation, we were told earlier that there was a suspect, and now we're told that person has been let go.
Yeah, a university statement given shortly after the shooting. It said a suspect was in custody and that the campus is closed. The university then changed the statement to reflect that a suspect is not in custody, or they took that part away from their statement, which gives the indication that there is either a manhunt underway or a suspect about which we don't know the condition or the location. The FBI and the ATF are among the investigators on the scene, along with local police. But let's take a look at that Utah Valley University statement. It says on September 10th, 2025, 12:20, at the Mountain Time, a single shot rang out in the quad near the food court on the Utah Valley University Orem campus. That's as Mr. Charlie Kirk began speaking at his planned rally. We can confirm that Mr. Kirk was shot. We don't know his condition. The suspect is not in custody. Police are still investigating. Campus is closed for the rest of the day. So you have federal law enforcement on scene. You have university police and local police. The FBI's Salt Lake City field office is there as well and responding. But there's no information now as to if there's a suspect that's known to law enforcement, where that suspect is, if a suspect is wounded, in custody, or otherwise. So we'll wait to see what law enforcement has to tell us. But that's obviously an enormous variable right now.
I just don't. 31 years old. 31. I thought he was older. Wife, 2 children. This is like, I don't even have words.
We are hearing from President Trump. He is on his Truth Social platform saying that Charlie Kirk has passed away. So again, I'm going to read to you what the president said. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one understood or had the heart of youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me. And now he is no longer with us. Melania, and my sympathies go out to his beautiful wife, Erica, and family. Charlie, we love you. So again, President Trump telling us at this hour that Charlie Kirk has died. Kirk was shot at an event at Utah Valley University earlier today, shortly after noon, according to the university. There was a single shot that rang out. He was shot in the neck. And now the president of the United States, someone that Charlie Kirk was close to, is reporting that he has died. I want to bring in Kristen Holmes. She is live for us at the White House. Again, Kristen, we're of course mourning Charlie Kirk. This is a man who, he was 31 years old. He had 2 very small children, 3 and 1 ages, I believe. He is someone who was very close to the president of the United States, close to the Trump family, someone who played a critical role, if you talk to people around the president, in the president winning his 2nd term. What are you hearing from those close to us? We, of course, read the statement that just came through from President Trump.
It's a very somber mood here. People are very upset. It's not just at the White House, it's really among Republicans as a whole. The Republican Party has become the party of Trump, the MAGA movement, and Charlie Kirk was really at the heart of all of that. He is credited with a huge portion of Trump's win in 2024. He was on the ground. He created an entire system to get young voters out and excited and enthusiastic about Trump. And it's not just as though he was some kind of outside influencer. He was very close to the president himself. I know specific examples of times that the two of them went back and forth over various issues when Charlie thought something was important to the MAGA base and brought it to the president's attention. There are some people who believe that Charlie had his finger on the pulse of Trump's base more than even some of his own cabinet officials. He had a huge following and, again, was so close to the family, to President Trump himself. And one of the things, I continue to bring up is the fact that there was a lot of conversation during the transition as to potentially making Charlie Kirk part of the administration. But the ultimate decision was that he was more influential, had more power outside of being in a government position. He had been in Washington a number of times. He had been here with his family. He went to swearing ins of numerous officials because he was so close to those officials. He had direct lines to almost, if not all, cabinet secretaries. I can tell you a number of them spoke to him personally. He was incredibly powerful and influential within this administration. And it feels from those that I'm talking to as though they've lost a member of their team. Uh, it is really critical to point out here just how important he was to the election, but also to President Trump. I had one person tell me that Trump considered him to be like family. And that's likely why you're seeing Trump as the one who is announcing his passing, not his family. All of this was done in conjunction. They've been in constant touch with the family, with Charlie's team, getting updates, trying to figure out what exactly happened on the ground. Now, no indication, no word if President Trump is actually going to also make a statement other than this Truth Social post. I know that they are in touch still with everyone close to Charlie's family, uh, with his team at Turning Point, with the team around him, just trying to make sense of what happened. But I will tell you, I talked to, again, a number of officials within the administration who are close to President Trump who just can't wrap their head around what happened earlier today.
Of course.
How can you? How can you wrap your head around virtually everything that's happening in our country today? This is all over Twitter. This. Somebody had their phone on. Oh.
Oh my God.
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Watching that video of Charlie Kirk, I'm not a crying man. But I just can't believe this. I can't believe it, man. We fight so much on this app. We fight so much on this internet over just frivolous things that's so unimportant. And there are people out here trying to kill us. And we still try to kill each other. They just shot this man in front of the whole world. I can't even look at the camera, bro, because I'm going to get too emotional about this, bro. But we just got to stick together, man. That man is an American hero. If they can do that to him, they can do that to anyone, and they will. This is one of the most significant assassination attempts since MLK. This man changed America in ways that he never gets the credit for. I mean, we can credit us even having Gen Z, millennials, and any generation after completely to Charlie Kirk. Thanks to him. This man is an American hero and a God-fearing man. And we all might have some distant differences, but it's time to let them go. It's time to let our differences go. Because I regret for the last things that we say about each other, not be a positivity, love, and motivating each other to be good, motivating each other to stay safe. But to play into drama, to play into beef, just for clicks, it ain't worth it, man. This is real life. This internet stuff, it ain't worth it. I'm praying for this man. I don't even know why I'm making this video. I feel so defeated. I'm just praying. I mean, I love all of y'all. We just got to stick together. Uh, we have to stick together, pray for that man family. We got to be there for him. We got to let our differences aside. We got to. God bless everyone.
Maybe that's how I'm feeling, just defeated. And what is this? Wait a second here. Matthew Short, Echo, show me, baby. Are you kidding? House fire? He's dead? August 10? Today? He died? August 10, I'm sorry. Wait, we're in September. Is there a video on this? Or a article? Rage? Oh my God. Yeah. So a whole lot of people think that this was the shooter. I think this was the guy that was let go. So this Drew is back, has seen 5 names now associated with the shooting. So the police have confirmed that the shooter who was taken into custody was not the shooter.
Well, I'm in the gym right now, and this is what comes across my news feed. And I'd just like to say prayers for Charlie Kirk and his family, and Democrats, woke people, and liberals, fuck you. Well,
I do think that this was the reason behind the shooting. He had a tremendous influence on the young. And, oh wow, tell me I don't have it up. I don't have it up. All right. There was this guy who's older now, but he apparently went to a turning point for Black youth. And he was talking about how Charlie Kirk literally just changed his life in a good way. Oh man, I don't think we're ever going to get it together to ever unite, to ever, the hatred in this country is so intense.
Charlie Kirk was just shot dead, and this is exactly what happens when the media, when the woke mind virus spend years demonizing and vilifying anybody who dares think differently than they do in a so-called democracy. They tell you tolerance, what they really mean is obedience. They tell you that they're respecting democracy, protecting it even, but what happens when somebody dares try to defend and educate others on conservative values? Oh, right. Not so tolerant now, are we? Donald Trump gets shot. Charlie Kirk now shot dead. Ask yourself this. When was the last time a conservative targeted and killed a liberal just because they disagreed with them? Good luck trying to find that, especially amongst very high-profile liberal creators, liberal commentators, and public people. Time and time again, conservatives are attacked, we are vilified, censored, and shot dead. And you know what the most deplorable part is? People on the left are celebrating. They're celebrating the murder of a man that they disagree with because he stood up for what he believed in. which was legal, by the way. He stood up for the rule of law. He stood up for family values. Go take a look at some history books, because this is not democracy. This is tyranny wrapped up in rainbows and hashtags.
Ooh. I agree. You know, I have said over and over and over again, you know, as much as the red team, you know, behaving like the left team in terms of, yay, I love my leader, and you can't get through to him, to them, what their leader is doing. The left is just batshit crazy and very violent, very violent. I posted videos years ago when I was actually listening to Charlie Kirk a lot, and Candace, and, you know, the Obama years, it was race. I'd like to see some change, you know, some good change, some positive change. And well, that's also true. Skills gap trainer. In today's world, people with conservative identity and moral strength, sorry, but there's not much moral strength. When you look at a whole lot of these conservatives who are supporting an incredibly evil man who is taking all of us down. And how do you support somebody who posted that video, Trump Gaza? But you are most at risk. You know, how many times did I say to the MAGA crowd, don't identify yourself in public? You know, get the bumper stickers off your car. Don't walk around with those, you know, the red hat, MAGA, or Make America Great Again. Not for any other reason, but we do know the left is incredibly violent. Does that mean every one of them are violent? No. But well, yeah, he was assassinated, he was murdered. So this is our world today. I can't stand it. I really can't stand it. You know, I think about his wife and their children, and yeah. Let's just listen to a few minutes of Brian. He posted breaking Charlie Kirk gun down.
How dare you! You freaking monster! Yeah!
He said he shot him, but I don't know, dude.
All right, I'm just getting wind of this right now. Charlie Kirk has just been shot in the neck by this guy. We're going to play all the video that
I don't think it was that guy. I think he was released. So our indoctrination on both teams, is unfortunately both teams violently absurd. The violence from the Republicans is war in other nations, um, you know, genocide taking place. And the genocide that's taken place right here with our fabulous officials on both teams.
He's gone. He died. The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead. No one will understand or have the heart of the youth of the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and
Supreme.
He's gone. He died. The great and even loved and admired by you, your beautiful wife Erica, and family Charlie. We love you. I just confirmed. I asked ChatGPT to go through all the articles too, and they confirmed it as well. He's dead. I really didn't think he would die. Glenn Beck had come out and said that his daughter was under the tent with them all, and that he had gone to the hospital and he had a heartbeat, but apparently he didn't. I don't know how he could have, though. You've seen that video. I don't know how he could have. I normally don't get this worked up over things, but man, I followed Charlie since the beginning. I didn't always agree with him on everything, and I didn't always, but he was one of the first bigger account. He wasn't even big at the time. One of the accounts that I'd followed when I first started all of this. And his poor wife and kids, man. And then Turning Point, they confirmed it as well. Like, this is just nuts.
Yeah, it's just nuts. Colorado high school.
You guys.
All right, so that's all that you're seeing, just a massive amount of cops.
Report on the shooting at Evergreen High School. The call came in at 12:24 today that we had an active shooter at the school. There are so many jurisdictions up here, I can't name them, but it's like the metro area just responded. We have 3 people who have been transported to the hospital. Don't know conditions on any of them yet. Hopefully we'll have that for you shortly. What's really important for us to get out is reunification with parents and students. That's happening at Bergen Meadow Elementary. That's at 1928 South Highwan Drive.
We know that with all of the violence that we are seeing, that we are headed in the very wrong direction. And we do know that the policymakers, the king in the White House, may very well take extreme action. So be prepared for anything. Just want to show you the weather pattern just changed again. That's the title. Another big surprise coming. Weatherman Plus. Sure would love it if these people were talking about weather modification. Weatherman Plus, give him credit for one video where he did talk. This was after the flooding at that Christian camp in Texas that he mentioned, that, the cloud seeding, as if, that is such now backward, kind of obsolete, though they do still cloud seed. But there are so many other new technologies in which they can create this kind of weather, this kind of destruction, and they're doing it all over the world. But when you see these YouTube meteorologists, wow. All right. So yesterday he posted on this severe weather that was coming, but his title, I think yesterday, was also about Well, or maybe it was Max Velocity who was talking about, well, this is a very rare weather pattern. Now, another change.
Hey,
Another change.
hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. Mark again here at Weatherman Plus. Now, we still have all this heat that's building this week, strengthening into this weekend and for next week. Now, the trend is that this is going to be in the 90s. Only GFS is showing this is going to be a widespread over 100 degrees. So remember, the trend is always your friend, everyone. And you can see the wide area that it has grown to above average anomaly that is pushing through. But I'm showing the newest information that we have another cold blast that's coming through as we go through the late teens right behind this. Plus, what's happening in our tropics is still affecting our tropics. We have a lot of dry air that's moving through. We have an intense period that's going to be by the Central American gyre. More than likely is still going out through the Pacific. You can see right now we do have Invest 95.
The link is in the chat. Yeah, these weather extremes are not good for any of us because it affects our immune system and affects all life, the farms. You know, did we have a frost? I don't even know. How are your gardens where the frost was up in New York and I think also Pennsylvania? But Walmart has a secret weather command center. Wow, it's insane.
Did you know that Walmart has meteorologists working 24/7 in a command center that looks like something out of a sci-fi movie? I was invited to Walmart's brand new Global Security Operations Center in Bentonville, Arkansas, and this place was insane. They're literally tracking storms around the planet, from tornadoes in Arkansas to typhoons hitting their stores in Asia. The senior meteorologist told me that his entire job is making sure Walmart never gets caught off guard by weather. Think about it, they've got over 10,000 stores worldwide, so anytime there's severe weather anywhere, there's a pretty good chance that it's going to be impacting a Walmart. And get this, they're actually using YALBot, the AI weather monitoring system that I developed as a part of their 24/7 operations. It helps them monitor threats in real time across the United States. This whole thing started 20 years ago after Hurricane Katrina, when Walmart's response was so fast that even the federal government had to study how they did it. Now, they're using cutting-edge weather technology to protect their employees and keep supplies moving to communities before, during, and after disasters. This was one of the coolest things I've ever seen, and the meteorologists down there have a really cool job. This is next level weather operations, y'all.
Walmart. And we all know Walmart. Well, the founder of Walmart was a big war guy. Can't remember the specifics, but maybe it's Walmart that's giving all of the weather scripts to mainstream and YouTube meteorologists. Mexico again.
Northern and central Mexico experienced a series of extreme weather events that disrupted the lives of thousands of residents. Three major cities, Piedras Negras in the state of Coahuila, Monterrey in Nuevo Leon, and Guadalajara in Jalisco, captured national attention after being struck by strong winds, torrential rains, and widespread flooding. These events not only reflected the unpredictable power of nature, but also exposed the systemic vulnerabilities that still plague Mexico's major cities. Piedras Negras, a border town rocked by thunderstorms. On the evening of September 7th, the skies over Piedras Negras transformed into an atmospheric battlefield.
Atmospheric battlefield. Oh, wow.
In 1 hour at its peak, enough to cause flooding on main streets and narrow alleys. Several districts experienced power outages due to lightning strikes and damage to distribution networks. Schools were temporarily closed, and economic activity was disrupted. Residents living in low-lying areas were forced to evacuate to higher ground, even though no official evacuation centers were open. Local authorities issued early warnings, but limited communications infrastructure prevented some residents from receiving timely information. Monterrey, an industrial city that is the economic heart of northern Mexico, faced a far greater challenge.
All right. That was a water main break. That was quite the geyser. So, yeah, Walmart. All right. I mean, Mexico. And there was flooding in Florida, parts of Volusia County. They keep flooding. They claim that it's the storm drains that are just not working. You can't keep up with this amazing amount of rainfall. So I'm gonna, yeah, there's several videos.
Volusia County's east side got hit with heavy rain overnight. Several areas flooded, some cars stalled, and water even got inside homes and businesses.
Oh, what a mess. Watch 2's Volusia County reporter Pamela Combe is live in New Smyrna Beach this afternoon, where the cleanup is still underway. Pamela.
It is. Some business owners here on Flagler Avenue started their day as early as 4 this morning. Some had to delay opening their stores. Others just closed for the entire day as they worked to dry up their floors and clean up all the muck, mud, and sand left behind.
Sunday night, Flagler Avenue in New Smyrna Beach sat under several inches of water. Business owner Teresa Nash says it got worse as drivers kept rolling through.
They pushed the barricades out of the way and still continued to drive fast up and down. We probably wouldn't have had that much water had it not been for the people making way.
Now, the reason why I included this is if you're going through, this kind of water on the streets, go very, very slowly, because you are creating the wake that's pushing a whole lot of water into stores, into homes.
It's kind of disheartening to hear that there's going to be more rain this week, that from a 1-hour rainstorm did all of that damage. So what happened was the drains weren't draining.
Tina and Kevin Stevenson's home even sits elevated compared to the road, but this was inside their house Sunday night. They had French drains put in after the hurricanes in 2022 and 2024 flooded the area in hopes they would help.
For that reason, when it, gets flooded back there, it's supposed to just go through the pipes, the drains, and go to the main drain in the cul-de-sac. It couldn't do that because that was backed up.
It wasn't just their neighborhood that flooded in Port Orange Sunday night. This is the aftermath in Seaside Gymnastics Training Center off Eastport Parkway. A viewer on Palmetto Street sent us this video saying it was after about an hour of rain. And Lauren Benning on Brittany Avenue off Spruce Creek Road says the water nearly took over their car parked in the road.
I don't remember our street being so flooded from just a regular rainstorm. Something is not right.
Is that becoming...
And something is not right.
More regular?
It is.
And I believe that what is not right is that they're closing down the storm drains. That absolutely has to be considered. Has to be considered. What? I swear to you, it's like 32 million gallons of wastewater. And this is in Florida.
Something happened out there, and it was bad. And it just shows the vulnerability of these biological treatment systems.
We are talking about a massive wastewater spill in Hillsborough County, enough to fill nearly 48 Olympic-sized pools. Officials say some of it ended up in a stormwater ditch, and they are now investigating the cause. It happened at the Falkenberg Road Advanced Water Treatment Plant that's located in Brandon. And investigator Brittany Muller has the story.
Hillsborough County says a few nights before Labor Day, someone dumped some kind of industrial cleaning agent into their system, which caused 32 million gallons of partially treated wastewater to leak. This is video of the Falkenberg Road Advanced Water Treatment Plant in Brandon during regular operations.
Systems are biologically based. The treatment is biological. It's microorganisms that encompass all the treatment that we need at that facility.
George Cassidy, Assistant County Administrator of Public Utilities, says days before Labor Day, his team noticed an increase in the pH that was coming into the plant.
When the pH goes above 9, it causes an upset to the plant. Much in the same as if you had food poisoning.
Blinding the county's filtration system, which resulted in a 32 million gallon spill, and the system to go offline for 4 days. It's been reported to the State Department of Environmental Protections.
Somebody within our collection system put something down the drain that they shouldn't have, and it caused an upset to our facility.
This
Doesn't that sound a little odd? It caused a leak? Oh my God.
Sarah Sweeney knows the sound of heavy rain means trouble. Living on Eddy Lane with her husband Mike and their 5 children, 2 of them with disabilities, the flooding has become unbearable.
I've never seen that before. We started putting everything up in the garage, and I was getting the kids prepared to leave, to evacuate. We came out and put the stick here to see, because the water kept coming closer and closer. Water was coming from over there. Wow. It was coming everywhere.
The Sweeney's fears became reality during Hurricane Milton, when floodwaters forced the family to be rescued from their home. It's a moment they never want their children to relive.
Yes, and the kids, oh my gosh, every time it rains, they freak out. But we try to stay calm, but it's scary for them.
Now rain is traumatizing. For good reason. When you've experienced this, especially the repeat experience, it is traumatizing. Rain. Kansas.
Hey folks, Mike Shrew is here. I'm out here in Tescott, Kansas. I do believe this is 30th Road that heads south out of town. Big time flooding, 8 to 13 inches of rain from what I noticed on the radar Doppler amounts. This is some crazy stuff. Check this out. So right here's the pavement that goes into Tescott. It looks like it's every bit of 3-4 feet deep over there. I'm going to turn this around and show you, and I'll zoom in.
Yeah. So people had to be rescued. You know, that's what we're living.
So we had about a foot of water in our garage. The flood water is receding now, although it's raining as we speak. But most of the flood water is receded. We're dealing with some of the damage right now. We were able to elevate some stuff, all the valuable things. We got up out of the worst parts of the water. We restore classic cars, and the ones that have been restored were safe. The ones that need restored a little bit more now because they got water in them.
Oh, wow. Was that just kind of I don't want to call it luck, but is it based on how you keep those cars stored? Were the ones that have been restored slightly higher, elevated over the others?
No, I took the jack out and put them up on stands. A little bit of luck. I was driving one home from work.
And wow, would have been so much worse. And looking at the timing of it too, and I believe a lot of this was unfolding. Stephen and I were on air on Monday morning when those flood warnings went out in this area, because the timing was for Monday early, right? I mean, how did that disrupt the day for your daughters that go to school? We also heard the school was impacted with.
Wow. This in New Mexico. Dangerous flood swamped New Mexico. It was the remnants of Tropical Storm Lorena. Did we have remnants when we were growing up? I don't remember ever having remnants. So now I think this is a tropical storm that was off the coast of Mexico, remnants into New Mexico. We can have remnants of a hurricane that makes landfall down south all the way up to New York, no, we never had that.
Yeah, everybody's been rescued from the vehicle. The vehicle stuck right here in the flood area.
You can see and hear the coordination effort, right? These are the scary moments after a family was rescued from a vehicle in Grant County, New Mexico. Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico all saw an increased flood risk over the weekend as heavy rain from Lorena's remnants actually swamped the region. The Grant County, New Mexico Sheriff's Office released this shocking video on Sunday. It's a mother and her daughter that can be seen stranded as floodwaters almost completely engulfed their vehicle. Thanks to the hard work and quick thinking of the Grant County Sheriff Department, the family was saved from this terrifying situation. So let's bring
Squirrel Hill, Pittsburgh, that apartment fire. It's a huge apartment building. The entire thing has to be demolished within 48 hours, and none of the people who have all of their belongings in that apartment building can get in to get anything out.
Cross is helping about half a dozen displaced residents. They are currently at an emergency shelter on Greenfield Avenue. Now, Red Cross says that it is providing them with a place to stay.
For however long, I don't know.
People were happy like they found their pets and like their friends didn't die. But other than that, it's a total loss. It's hard, starting up in America with $20 in your pocket.
Now, live on KDKA TV and streaming on CBS News Pittsburgh. This is the KDKA TV News at 11.
It's hard having lost everything and starting again with $20 in your pocket. I'd say so.
Right now, more than 30 people are without a home after flames consumed their apartment building in Squirrel Hill. Thanks for joining us at 11. I'm Josh Taylor, in tonight for Ken Rice. That fire is finally under control, but firefighters are still keeping an eye on hot spots. KDKA's Jennifer Barrasso picks up our coverage now with new details.
No, this is 19 hours. It's more than 30 people. It was several stories high, and it's a huge apartment building. This was before they knew that it has to be demolished, and nobody can get in. Whew. Squirrel Hill apartment owner. Okay.
Yeah, Mike, you might be able to tell behind me, there are still a few firefighters left here on this scene. They look to be putting more water onto the building. Now, it turns out the people who lived in this building will not be able to get back inside and retrieve their belongings because it's simply not safe for them to do so. Now, fire officials and building inspectors determined this building will require immediate demolition. The fire chief says the building owner has under 48 hours to tear it down.
Unfortunately, due to the damage of the two main fire buildings, we are not going to allow anyone inside the structure at this time, nor do I believe that they will be in the structure at any point in time.
Residents evacuated from the Jefferson apartment complex in Squirrel Hill Tuesday are forced to part ways with their home and everything inside.
I lost my documents inside, my laptop, my clothes, my memories. I don't know what to do.
Anwar Khattab lived on the first floor of the building for the last 5 years and says he wasn't there Tuesday morning when the massive fire broke out. Khattab has nothing but the clothes on his back. Important personal belongings like his social security card and passport will likely never be seen again.
I called the insurance, tried to explain to them. They couldn't help me because I don't have the policy number. The policy number is already inside. The paperwork's all inside.
Pittsburgh fire officials and building inspectors determined the structure will require immediate demolition. Battalion Chief John Gardell says the owner of the building was given 48 hours to tear it down.
Due to the fact that the roof has completely collapsed in on the third floor. We also have other parts of the building where the fire, we're not 100% of where the fire started exactly, but we have other floors that have partial collapses as well. We are without question worried about structural collapse in the building.
Can you imagine? You know, you have nothing. You have nothing. You have to prove who you are. Insurance, you need the policy number. You don't have it. It's in there. And they're just going to demolish the entire building. All right, I'm going to post the link to JWTV's video on the New Madrid. There are areas where it's sinking. So here's the pulp, and it's sinking. All right. There's just so much. And deadly Ebola is back.
A deadly and all too familiar shadow has fallen over Central Africa. In fact, the Democratic Republic of Congo has declared a new outbreak of Ebola, with at least 15 people already dead. In a country pushed to its limits by conflict, health teams are now in a desperate race to contain one of the world's most feared diseases. Ebola is a fever born from a virus. It is transmitted to humans from animals. Fever, muscle pain, vomiting, diarrhea. A cruel progression leads to internal bleeding, organ failure. It spreads through blood and bodily fluids, not by air. Patients remain infectious once symptoms appear. In fact,
What are they going to be bringing on for us? Bill Gates saying years ago, the next one will get your attention, with a stupid smile on his face. The next pandemic will get your attention. So if what he said they will actually bring about, it's got to be some kind of virus or whatever that will get your attention, where blood is coming out of your eyes and nose and something is terribly wrong with contractors, subcontractors, building material. What the hell? People who have been living in newly built homes, and it's all over. This here is Florida, Tampa area, but we can't seem to get anything right anymore.
Well, after our stories on dangerous defects in new home construction aired, we received dozens of emails from homeowners dealing with the same issues from communities in Sarasota, Melbourne, Odessa, and many more. Well, tonight we take you to a neighborhood in New Tampa where more than 40 homeowners say their roofs are leaking and defective.
People who live in the Esplanade of Tampa chose it for its quiet seclusion and the appeal of owning a new home.
Here's a leak here, over here against the wall.
When Joseph and Heather Dorsa bought their home 9 years ago, it was brand new.
Within the first 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Within 15 days, we had a leak.
But they quickly realized their new home had serious issues.
It just continued. Then we had one in our master. Then we had one in the bathroom over here in the guest bathroom. Then we have the one over in our master bathroom.
And now we have one upstairs.
And now we have one upstairs.
The Dorsas say the builder, Taylor Morrison, sent crews out to make repairs, but the leaks just keep popping up.
Every time we go away, it's just all I'm thinking about is there going to be another leak?
The Dorsas are not alone. Dozens of their neighbors are experiencing leaks as well. Many of them sharing their stories in the private Facebook group Esplanade of Tampa Roof Updates.
The link is in the chat if you want to listen. Shoddy materials, shoddy work, a whole lot of people, contractors, the amount of contractors in our country that have been scamming people is pretty amazing. Yeah. And passengers were thrown into the air by severe turbulence with little warning. And I just want to read this paragraph. This happened in July. Okay, this was a Delta flight. Turbulence that injured more than a dozen people on a Delta airline flight came with little warning to the pilots, even though they knew they were near thunderstorms. Electromagnetic frequencies. That's my guess. And FDA chief says no solid evidence supporting hepatitis B vaccine at birth. Okay. It doesn't make any sense. It's a sexually transmitted, disease. Giving infants on the first day you arrive to life, you're given a Hep B shot. Did we really need an FDA chief to tell us that it doesn't, there's no solid evidence? No. I personally don't believe that the evidence is solid to say the Hep B shot needs to be given at birth. That guy wearing the T-shirt in that, they were talking about the flooding in Volusia County. Idiocracy is a documentary. And we have an awful lot going on all over the world. War, bombings, and Poland invokes NATO's Article 4 over Russia's drones as tensions rise. And Article 4 is when one NATO country is attacked, then all of those countries come to their defense. So 19 Russian drones entered Polish airspace. Threats were neutralized by Polish and NATO defenses. But they're saying that Russia, Putin crossed the line. Russia is saying, we didn't have any intention, on doing anything. UN warns of escalation risk after Russian drone breach in Poland. But there's an awful lot of European countries that so want war with Russia. And here, Zelensky urges joint air defense with Europe after Russian drones downed in Poland. I guess restraint is not something that people admire anymore. Britain could send fighter jets, an air defense system, to Poland. And French police, there is an awful lot of people out on the streets in France again. Their prime minister was ousted, and now they're calling for, once again, Macron to be booted out, but we've seen this before. They've been trying to get rid of Macron for a long, long time. Oh, well, yeah. Blaze hits Paris restaurant.
Il nous faut des pompiers, pas des CRS. Il nous faut des canadairs. Bravo. Voilà, si vous étiez de votre côté, il n'y aurait pas besoin de couper le feu à ça.
Sorry, I had to go feed Babe. So I played this. Yeah, the world is just, whoa. It's not good. Yeah. We got illegal alien brutally murders a Maryland teen and throws her body off a bridge. Oh, God. Guatemala. 19-year-old Dakara Thompson went missing 2 weeks ago after she left her father's house to put gas in her car. Well, surveillance video from the gas station shows that Dakara approaching Hernandez Mendez's vehicle after speaking to him about, for just a minute, she gets into the passenger side. Don't do it. Don't do it. He may have sexually assaulted her and then and there's a manhunt underway in New York City for the man who killed an elderly couple, set the home on fire in a quiet Queens neighborhood. I showed that last night.
Tonight, the urgent manhunt underway right now after the chilling deaths of a couple set on fire inside their own home. Police say the suspect asked to charge his phone. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, an urgent search in New York City for this man who police say randomly murdered and set fire to an elderly couple who let him into their Queens home to charge his cell phone.
The nicest neighbors you could ever ask for.
Surveillance video showing the suspect in the neighborhood Monday after going door to door, police say, asking to charge his phone.
Very chilling. It's scary. Some random guy walking down the street setting fire to older people. Anybody for that matter.
Once inside, police say the suspect terrorized the couple for 5 hours, stabbing 76-year-old Frank Olton, tying him to a pole in the basement with a bungee cord and setting him on fire. The body of Olton's 77-year-old wife, Maureen, found severely burned in a separate part of the house. investigators combing the charred home for clues, blackened chairs and debris littering the lawn. And tonight, police say the suspect is Jamel McGriff, an armed and dangerous career criminal out on parole for robbery.
For the public, the message is clear. Do not allow anyone you don't know or who you are not expecting into your home.
Don't even open the door. Yeah, this is what we're living now. No matter where you are, in a rural area, in a city, it doesn't matter. You don't open your door to anyone that you don't know. You know, you might want to be nice. Nice can get you dead. We have to respond. We have to be vicious. Trump rages after Charlotte subway stabbing of the, I guess, Ukrainian young woman.
For far too long, Americans have been forced to put up with Democrat-run cities that set loose savage, bloodthirsty criminals to prey on innocent people. Really very, very innocent people. In every place, they control radical left judges, politicians, and activists, and they've adopted a policy of catch and release for thugs and killers. In Charlotte, North Carolina, we saw the results of these policies when a 23-year-old woman who came here from Ukraine met her bloody end on a public train. And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it. And this is a picture of the woman, a beautiful young girl that never had problems in life, with a magnificent future in this country. And now she's dead. She was slaughtered by a deranged monster who was roaming free after 14 prior arrests. We cannot allow a depraved criminal element of violent repeat offenders to continue spreading destruction and death throughout our country. We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are. It's the only thing they understand. 24 of the top 25 most dangerous cities in America are run by Democrat mayors. 50 people were murdered in Chicago in recent weeks, with hundreds being shot. And it's time to stop this madness. The people of our country need to insist on protection, safety, law, and order. We have proven that it can be done because we did it right here in D.C., in District of Columbia. The capital of America was a bloodthirsty, horrible, dangerous place, one of the worst. And now it's a crime-free city, and we're going to keep it that way. It can be done. It can happen fast. All we want is, please, Mr. President, we need help. Chicago needs help. Other cities need help. We'll do what has to be done because we're going to make America safe again. And that includes our big cities. We're going to make those cities safe. Thank you.
This is not going to have a good end for any of us. Raid on upstate New York food manufacturer leads to dozens of detentions. Cato, New York. And there are so many farms, manufacturing facilities, food processing facilities, Hyundai in Georgia, having their workforce literally just goodbye. All right, well, I do have a problem with that. I sure as hell don't have a problem with getting rid of all of the migrants who cause violence. They should not, the minute that they're caught, they should be deported. There was a nutrition bar confectioner's plant. Elderly woman shoots man in the face with a flare gun in a gated retirement community. I do have to wonder if people are just, these are not the kind of behaviors that we ever saw, but boy, we see this in the recent years just increasing and increasing. You do have to wonder if they're literally being controlled, or do people feel completely free to behave in ways that they would not have decades ago? I don't know.
Idiot! What is wrong with you?
Wild door cam footage shows the moment an elderly Long Island woman shot her neighbor in the face with a flare gun during an argument inside a gated retirement community. Kathleen Schumann, 76, is accused of shooting her 67-year-old neighbor outside their homes at the Belmont Vistas Senior Apartments in West Babylon on Monday evening. The victim, identified by NBC New York as Richard Catrone, could be seen walking his dog in the complex just outside the suspect's home. After she emerged from her apartment, Schumann then fired the flare gun at Catrone's face at point-blank range. Catrone told the outlet that the woman showed, quote, no emotion. She claimed I was the devil, that I tried to murder her, he said. Police did not disclose what sparked the dispute or why Schumann may have had a flare gun on hand. However, according to neighbors who spoke to NBC New York, Schumann and Catrone have been butting heads for some time over their pets. One neighbor claims that Catrone has been harassing Schumann over her house cat, claiming it was bothering his dog. According to Catrone, all he asked was for Schumann to keep her cat inside, and that, quote, started the situation, he told the outlet. Schumann has been arrested and charged with assault. Both she and Catrone were treated in the hospital, officials said. The Belmont Vistas, a gated apartment complex for residents 55 years and older, is marketed as a quiet community, but neighbor-on-neighbor violence can occur almost anywhere. As the saying goes, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. In some cases, they might just be your neighbor. In April, a man in Miami Beach was arrested for attacking his 75-year-old neighbor using a bike wheel over an argument about trash placement. And these incidents aren't just stateside. In the UK, back in 2021, a man hurled a pair of gardening shears at his neighbor's head after one noticed their neighbor was sitting in the other's car. These caught-on-camera attacks can even boil over to the point of no return, stemming from nearly any petty reason. In one worst-case scenario, 3 people were left dead after an argument over something as trivial as snow shoveling. Disturbing video captured the dramatic clash between a man and his neighbors shoveling snow in Pennsylvania that escalated to a murder-suicide in 2021. Footage shows the married couple yelling obscenities at the man before he grabbed a gun and shot them both in the middle of the street before going back inside his home and turning a gun on himself. The gruesome episode is a reminder that even ordinary disagreements can spiral into extraordinary violence if cooler heads don't prevail.
Something else is going on. This is not what we ever saw before. We didn't. What the hell? One second. What's... Oh, Charlie Kirk shot. KATV asks if Trump will use Charlie Kirk shooting as a justification for something bad. Oh, Katie Tur. I guess that's an anchor of MSNBC. Well, you guys have been pushing, MSNBC, pushing, for get rid of all guns. Protesters storm restaurant. Trump goes out to eat with Hegseth, Rubio, maybe somebody else. And there's not the kind of security that this guy, well, he's had several assassination attempts. Something is very strange considering that he now, is talking about getting into heaven, in these articles about, oh, well, he's had these assassination attempts and, there is fear, in Trump. How does this happen? How does this happen? Oh, with Vance, Rubio, and Hegseth. And well, some boo and some yay. Right? But they get into the restaurant. This seems almost like they wanted this to happen. How did they get into this restaurant? I mean, if Trump and Hegseth and Rubio and Vance show up, they're going to have security all over that restaurant, security at that front door. No, something is very strange about this. And videos show violent unrest, anti-corruption protests in Nepal. The prime minister has resigned. Anti-government protest. Well, oh, there is the equivalent to Elon Musk. Wow. It's a little more than a protest. Here we do. Oh, man. And Gaza. I don't know. I feel gutted. I feel just hearing about, it was Charlie Kirk, and I just feel like I'm just going to play some of our fabulous folks who are speaking about our fabulous economy. Yeah. It's everything. I mean, and to think that, if I thought that things were going to get better, I probably would be feeling differently. And I don't. Americans are not in a good condition. We just want to kill one another. And we don't want to turn and face the real enemy. So this is just going to continue. And we should have held them accountable long ago. But here we go.
I just went to Walmart and spent $100 on nothing.
Okay, what is going on at grocery stores? This is wild.
I went to Target and I spent $137. Then I went to ShopRite and spent $551, totaling $688.
Who in the hell is making up these food prices, dog?
This is what a $92.37 grocery haul looks like.
I'm just leaving Kroger, and there's absolutely no reason why groceries for two people should be $300.
You telling me ground beef $7 a pound? I'm about to go start stealing cows, dog.
How much you spend this time? Oh, the usual, about $100. All right, cool. What'd you get? Literally just eggs and bread.
This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore, because you can't even get, this is less than 2 pounds of ground beef and it's $16. Are you kidding me?
I just got home from the food store and I didn't have time to process how much money I spent.
Doesn't matter. Biden, Trump, Republicans and Democrats, they're all the fucking same.
People are working full time, sometimes multiple jobs, and still struggling to afford the most basic necessity, food. Grocery bills have become a source of anxiety. Families are walking into stores with carefully planned budgets and walking out with half-full bags. Prices for essentials, eggs, milk, bread, vegetables, have climbed so high that even middle-income households are feeling the squeeze. And for low-income families, it's not just a squeeze, it's a crisis. This isn't just about inflation. It's about a system that's failing to protect the most fundamental human need, nourishment. It's about corporations raising prices while reporting record profits. It's about wages that haven't kept up, safety nets that have eroded, and millions of people forced to make impossible choices between food and rent, between groceries and gas, between eating and surviving. Food insecurity isn't just a statistic. It's a daily reality for parents skipping meals so their kids can eat, for seniors rationing canned goods, for workers relying on food banks despite clocking in every day. So today we're talking about what it means to live in an economy where food is available, but unaffordable, where hunger isn't caused by scarcity, but by inequality, where eating well is no longer a right, but a privilege. Let's unpack the truth behind the price tags.
I'm just leaving Kroger, and there's absolutely no reason why groceries for two people should be $300. $300 for groceries. That's not even gonna last us probably the whole month. It's gotta be a better way. Cause this ain't it. This ridiculous. God dang it. Ridiculous.
Nothing beats getting groceries in America. And right now, you could spend $400 per week. That's barely any food for a family of 4.
Who in the hell is making up these food prices, dog? Because I've straight up got beef with whoever's doing it because I can't even afford to buy beef. You telling me ground beef $7 a pound? I'm about to go start stealing cows, dog. I should not have to take out a loan with the Small Business Administration to buy dinner. Like, whoever is the CEO of grocery prices is about to get that CEO treatment. What do you mean paper towels are $18? You tell me I can't afford to make a mess? Thank God I got a bidet, because I don't even want to know what toilet paper prices look like. Because I'd probably shit myself in the store and I can't afford to buy new underwear. Why does it feel like they're moving the goalpost on our generation? Like, you make a little more money, like, nah, it's not enough. We're going to change that. Like, I went to the store the other day to get some canned tuna because I know it's cheap and I can afford it. Didn't that shit used to be like 39 cents a can? Why is a can of generic great value tuna almost $3 a can? Jesus.
I just went to Walmart and spent $100 on nothing. I didn't get any meat. I got like pull-ups, underwear for my girls, bananas, a pack of noodles, some sausage for breakfast, body wash, dish soap, new little scrubbers, and washer pods. And then an outfit for my friend for her baby shower, and then an outfit for my son. And $100 of that stuff, it's ridiculous. This economy is literally trash. I do not know how people are living and able to just go out and buy stuff all the time. I would love it. I'd love to be in that category, but I'm not.
Hey, I'm home from the grocery store. Oh, hey, welcome home. How was the grocery store? Oh, not bad at all. Yeah, I only spent like $100 and I basically got food for the entire week. Yeah, I got some chicken, ready to cook, some pasta, some canned goods, some milk, some cereal, a few snacks for all of us. And I mean, we're pretty set for the week here. I love it. Hey, I'm home from the grocery store. Oh, hey, welcome back. How much you spend this time? Oh, the usual, about $100. All right, cool. What'd you get? Literally just eggs and bread.
This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore, because you can't even get, this is less than 2 pounds of ground beef and it's $16. Are you kidding me? I guess we're not eating meat, people. This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore. 1 can of tuna, basically $5. This is why I can't shop at Publix anymore. It's $7. It says large size, but it's not. It literally is the old small box size.
You know, we the American people need to protest these high groceries, because I just went and did a quick grocery store run and I spent $300. I didn't buy no meat. I just bought maybe some bacon, eggs, some canned goods, some apples, some lettuce, some water, a few cans of pop, like $300. Y'all tripping. Really, come on now.
Oh, millennials spend too much money on getting coffee out. Save your money. Make your coffee at home. Excuse me. It's not any cheaper to make your coffee at home. I used to pay $3.47 for this basic ass store brand of coffee. And now look. Do they think they are?
All right. I typically try to be a happy-go-lucky, positive person, but I just got out of the grocery store and something's got to be done. Something's got to give. I mean, the price of food in this country is fucking crippling people. Crippling and destroying the middle class. And it's all by fucking design. Doesn't matter. Biden, Trump, Republicans and Democrats, they're all the fucking same. They don't give a shit about you. They want this. It's all by design. Something needs to be done. We need to vote all these fuckers out. All of them. Absolutely insane. We need to get power back to the people. I don't know what the fix is here, but the price of food in this country, and just standard of living, is out of control. Out of control.
I just got home from the food store and I didn't have time to process how much money I spent. So let's break it down. I went to Target and I spent $137. Then I went to ShopRite and spent $551, totaling $688. We are a family of 3, me, my husband, and my almost 2-year-old. All the things that I got, most of it was like, household products, face wash, things like that. Things that were like buy 3 for whatever, like cheaper, blah, blah, blah. I also got other stuff too, fruits, vegetables, meat, bread, eggs, cheese, like stuff like that. Things that like we go through every single day. I come home, I show my husband everything I bought. He's like, whoa, this is very overwhelming. How much money did you spend? I tell him, and he was like, needless to say, he left, went for a bike ride so he can, just take his mind off how much money that I just spent at the food store. It's fucking tough out here, man.
You ever be hungry and then you look at the prices and then you're not hungry no more? Like, I don't think I like buying food online. I will never check out. The online fees, nah. So I'm just go get the food. Because maybe I'll just buy it if it's in front of me. Because when it's online, I'll be like, y'all want what? Like, the meal was $15 and how I'm checking out spending $25. Like,
hey folks, don't mind the hair. Let's just talk about groceries here for a minute. Let me flip this around. I'm all twangy today. Jeez. Okay. $140. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 bags of freaking groceries for $140.
What is this? Do you see that price? Do you see this? I didn't get the good burger. I got the cheap crap, and it's still that. How can we eat when these are crappy meat prices? Are you freaking kidding me right now?
How do people afford to live? I am leaving Costco with 6 items, $165 for 6 things. I mean, salmon's one of them, but my heart goes out to all you moms and dads who are raising families and trying to feed your kids. I don't have any college educations to pay for. 6 items, $165. How are families making it and surviving in this day and age? Holy cow.
Here go my weekly haul right here. And I got 2 cases of water. That's it. And it was $114. Can you believe this? $114. The prices, grocery prices are outrageous now. And I got this at a name brand store. The other store I was going to was closed today.
So yeah, I'm back at my Publix, and of course, the eggs I want are $12.39 again. What the hell is going on? Is your Publix like this, or your grocery store?
This economy is absolutely cooked. Listen to the story. Yesterday, I was at work, hanging around, doing my thing, typing away on my keyboard. Usually around lunchtime, everybody likes to step away, go get their food, and then they come back, and then they chill, they talk, they mingle. And one of my coworkers gets up and was talking about what he got for lunch. He got asked, and he goes, hey, yeah, I got Five Guys. Did you guys know that Five Guys has like a value menu now? I've only had Five Guys a couple times, so I didn't really know what that entailed. So someone asked him, like, oh, what'd you get? He goes, it was actually amazing. I got a little burger, I got a little fry, and a large 16-ounce drink, and it was only $14.79. Huh? $14.79 for a little burger, a little fries, and a 16-ounce drink? He goes, yeah, I usually pay like $25 for one per... Excuse me, sir? Bro, you might as well just hit up Chipotle. You might as well just go to Chipotle and get you a fat-ass bowl with the tortilla and some guac for like $15. That's enough for like 3 meals, 2 meals. I think it's absolutely ridiculous, the economy that we all live in and the prices that the market is demanding right now. If you can't afford it, don't buy it. Don't complain. I agree. I'm with you there. But at the same time, like once or twice a week, if you want to go get some lunch from Five Guys, from anywhere, like you're dropping $15 per person minimum, 2 times a week, $30. That's $120 a month. That's like half of a car payment. Anyways, yeah, we're cooked.
This is what a $92.37 grocery haul looks like. $92.37. And that, we have no meat in here or protein. Got 2 oranges, some grapes, a small watermelon, flour, oil, some sauce, coffee, a tea, gummy bears, avocado, 1 bunch of broccoli, and pasta. $92.37. This is what happens when the government is bought by corporations. $92.37. And this just didn't start with this administration. The prices never came down after COVID. This is what it has been like for 4 years, and it's continually going up. And they have the audacity to cut people's EBT and food stamps off. Every citizen in America should be getting their food subsidized at this point because this is outrageous.
Holy cow. I just got back from Target. I'm in my car in the parking lot, just decompressing about all the money I spent and the little bit of bags that I have. $180 for some like bananas, peanut butter, frozen waffles, creamer, milk, just like basic things that should not cost this much. And I am like really good at price hunting, finding the best deals, clipping coupons. But I didn't have time today. It was just like, let's run in and grab some things really quick that we need. And yeah, $180 later, I am hurting for what I bought and what I got. It's just outrageous. I think I'm in denial a lot of times about just how high prices are right now in our grocery stores. And I have 2 kids and they eat a lot, and I don't want to feed them like the junk food and the quick processed stuff. But even that has gone up, like frozen meals and stuff. It's just outrageous. I just don't know how we're surviving, but we are. I mean, you know, we've been doing it and we will get through it. But I guess when I stay in my little like isolation hub at home and then I just pick what I want online, I'm not actually going into the grocery store and seeing all the prices of everything. It's not so overwhelming. So yeah, maybe I learned a lesson, like don't go shopping in the store. Just got to stay with my Instacart and I'll just live in denial forever.
Unfortunately, it's not funny, you know. And sometimes I'm just going to play a video because I just don't even know what to say anymore. So if you hear that, my neighbor must be putting something on the wall. Yeah, it is, I don't know, this Charlie Cook thing really threw me for a loop. But, you know, you talk, all right, Trump, right? Bringing Americans jobs, right? Bringing manufacturing back to America, which won't happen. And even if it did, it would take years. But what are they shutting down? U.S. Steel, an American company that I think the Japanese bought.
It is like kind of crazy to me how normalized in the last 5 years that layoffs have become. Like, it's not like a normal thing. That's not like supposed to just be a normal part of the business. We're like,
but we Americans are so fast to just think that, well, this is just how life is. No big deal. Well, it's a very big deal. Seriously big deal.
Saying about getting laid off, it wasn't just the loss of salary. It's the fucking, it just destroys your self-worth, your self-esteem, your confidence. And you think there's something wrong with you or you're broken, but there's nothing wrong with you, right? It's like it took 3 weeks for it to sink in that I was laid off because I'd never been laid off before. It was surreal. You know, it's like when if you ever witness a bad car crash, you're like, holy shit, did that just happen? It's like that. I took a week and did fuck all, you know. And if I could share some advice I learned with you, just if you're going through something like that, take a week, a few days, whatever you can, and just do whatever you want to do, right? Sometimes we need that. And then get back into your routine. You know, and the other thing I did that really helped is physical fitness, being physically active. Because the better your physical health, the stronger your mental health. And that'll help you weather some of the shit life throws at us. But if you're going through some of that shit, if you need advice or you just need an ear, send me a DM.
Shout out to the creator, because honestly, this is the perspective that we don't hear about. We don't hear about how it's impacting people. Oh.
Bad impact. Let me just see if there's more information. FBI botches investigation. What? Already? Already? Yeah, it was weird. I saw this video. House floor erupts in chaos after moment of silence for Charlie Kirk.
Sources say it appeared Kirk had been shot somewhere in his neck, but did not provide any other details. Bystanders told Deseret News that Kirk was hit during a Q&A with students. Reports say the suspected shooter is in custody, and FBI Director Kash Patel confirmed his department is investigating the incident. President Donald Trump called for the public to pray for Kirk on Truth Social. He was joined by Vice President J.D. Vance. Political figures on both sides of the aisle condemned the violence. Governor Gavin Newsom called the shooting disgusting and vile on social media. Kirk was known for touring college campuses and debating students on political issues.
I hate how many, you have this headline, and you would think that you would get the video of the chaos, which I did see. This guy screaming, order in the house, order in the house. Resolution now updated to call for the shooting of Charlie Kirk and an assassination. Well, Corey Mills, wow. Honoring Charlie Kirk. Maybe I'm thinking of another Corey. I think I am. I just don't feel good. I am really down. I don't like what's going on, and there's no turning this around, because the mindset of most American people is they walk the low road. They are not well. I'm not saying that I'm, all well and good, but I have awareness of a whole lot, and shooter's still at large. This guy, why isn't he in jail? Oh, that's right, because Operation Warp Speed. Jesuit, Mr. Jesuit, woof, all the way. So, even though we see the activation of these nanobots, I don't see any real danger currently. So I just hope that you all are doing the work to change and to help people and to try to make this lovely life of ours better, for those in your community. Oh, I just have to go. Thank you for showing up. Hope to see you tomorrow. Stay safe, and good night and good luck. Ciao, guys.